died because I ordered it.
How brave.
But you know, there's a first time for everything.
Eyebrows and a cigar hanging from his mouth. He introduces himself as Harvey Weber, the owner of Weber Company, a meat house in Larchmont. After 10 minutes of pointless chatter about his job, he gives me a photograph. Susan Weber, 20 years old, Harvey's stepdaughter.
Кажется, мы нашли отель, где могла остановиться девушка.
A private detective. I guess someone has gotten himself in trouble.
More or less. It's about a girl.
A girl, you say? There are a lot of them here, and for a few bucks, they can give you a night that will stay in your memories for a long...
A gate, the cheapest way to keep away the bums from the dumpsters at the end of the alley. About 25 bucks. The usual news that comes out before the New York mayoral elections. Each candidate smears the others, trying to steal as many votes as possible. Room 313. It's Susan Weber's room. It's the camera Greta loaned me. Mine broke months ago.
Давайте.
Good. This shot will work just fine. How the seats are getting soaked with my wet clothes. It's water. It'll dry sooner or later. I put the key in the ignition and start the engine. But something isn't working. Have a telephone?
Yeah, we had one.
You mean you don't have one anymore?
We do have the telephone, but it's just not working. I've been waiting for someone to come and fix it for weeks, but...
Провод сломался.
This is no breakdown. The cable was cut, and by the look of it, it definitely wasn't an accident.
Запись началась. Всем привет. Эй, всем привет. С вами Дмитрий. Хочу вам представить игру Noir. Она, правда, немножко старенькая, но интересная. Мне ее посоветовала одна моя подписчица, Ольга, ее зовут. Привет, Ольга, если ты смотришь это видео, оно посвящается тебе. Итак, об игре. Мы находимся в Нью-Йорке, год примерно 1920. Мы будем играть за детектива. Там произошло убийство. Нас застрелили, я так понимаю. И мы попытаемся его распутать. Для этого нам придется вернуться днем ранее. Ладно, чего ж там. Давайте поехали. Будем смотреть.
Поехали. Так. Мы видим с вами туман. Раннее утро, видимо. Слышен звук мотора. Очертания самолета видно. Аэропорт. Похоже, это аэропорт Нью-Йорка. Это похоже на то, что это времена мафии. Это когда еще мафия существовала в Америке. В Нью-Йорке. Вот это тех времен. Самолет поехал.
Greta, I have to stop that plane from leaving.
What are you going to do?
I don't know yet. You get the car. It's hidden in the trees near the entrance. The keys are on the dash.
Okay.
Keep the engine running. We need to leave as soon as I get the girl.
Jack,
Yes?
be careful.
There's no time to be careful. Not this time. Greta, go. Dannazione. It's too late.
It looks like you're too late, Del Nero.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you on that plane?
I hate traveling. I'm not the kind of guy who crosses the desert on a camel. I prefer the comfort of the big city. Moreover, had I left, I would have missed the chance to deal with you. You made me look ridiculous in the eyes of the organization, and I don't have any intention of letting you get away with it.
And what do you want to do? Kill me? I can see it on your face that you've never shot anyone. You're not that kind of guy. You send your men to do your dirty work.
You're right. I've never shot anyone, even though many men and women died because I ordered it.
How brave.
But you know, there's a first time for everything. It was destiny, Del Nero.
It had to be a little past 4 in the afternoon. I had just lit one of the many cigarettes that fill my days with no clients, when a middle-aged guy comes into my office with 2 caterpillars for eyebrows and a cigar hanging from his mouth. He introduces himself as Harvey Weber, the owner of Weber Company, a meat house in Larchmont. After 10 minutes of pointless chatter about his job, he gives me a photograph. Susan Weber, 20 years old, Harvey's stepdaughter. He tells me all about her carefree lifestyle, her dreams of becoming an actress, and how she hasn't come home in weeks. But how he keeps getting bills for clothes, shoes, and other things that might catch the eye of a 20-year-old girl with a well-heeled old man. Harvey, because of his divorce agreement with his ex-wife, is responsible for supporting the girl until she turns 21. So the kid decides to take advantage of her old man while she can and spend as much as possible until she turns 21. But Harvey Weber isn't one to sit on his hands, and he got his attorneys on the case. They think that if Susan were caught having an affair that her old man wouldn't know of, it could bring the evidence to court and get her cut off. Just one photograph would do it, according to Harvey. I take the job. I'll get him that photograph. The whole thing will cost him $30 a day, plus expenses, paid in advance. Harvey gives me a check for $30 and leaves my office. I cash the check, toss down something that can be called a dinner, and I'm already in Harlem. A few dollars got me a tip that Harvey Weber's kid might be around here, at the Last Heaven Hotel, to be precise. According to the information that I have, a few days ago, some blondie went on a shopping spree here in Harlem. In this neighborhood, if you have money to spend on clothes and jewelry, it's easy to get noticed. I even managed to find out that the girl was seen entering the Last Heaven Hotel. I'd better ask a few questions.
Итак, мы оказались на улице Нью-Йорка. Ночь, дождь. Это все грустненько.
It's my car. Besides my investigator's license, it's the only thing I have.
Мы пытались остановить самолет, но потом нас кто-то подстрелил. Мы видели это по сюжетной линии. Вы сейчас вернулись на 24 часа назад, чтобы посмотреть, что было раньше-то, я так понял. Нам нужно найти девушку, блондинку.
Just a pile of junk.
Почему второй? Почему больше?
It looks like not even the shiny world of show business has managed to escape the grasp of the Great Depression.
Нет.
It's closed. Surely not for a holiday. I have no intention of leaving without taking a few pictures of Harvey Weber's runaway daughter.
Идем сюда.
Last Heaven Hotel. A curious name for a hotel in Harlem. From the information that I got, this is where Harvey Weber's stepdaughter is.
Кажется, мы нашли отель, где могла остановиться девушка.
There are photographs of black musicians hanging everywhere, probably jazz players. The door to the porter's lodge.
I'm here. No need to knock.
Я тут, не надо стучаться.
Sitting down and reading the newspaper. I should have been a reception clerk. I would have certainly been healthier.
Давайте поговорим.
Hi, do you own this place?
Well, depends on who wants to know.
Я частный детектив. Я частный детектив полиции. Давайте, типа я друг.
I'm a friend of one of your guests.
The last guy who introduced himself as such destroyed a room for a thing about lovers. So pardon me if I'm a little wary of friends of my guests.
I'm a private detective.
A private detective. I guess someone has gotten himself in trouble.
More or less. It's about a girl.
A girl, you say? There are a lot of them here. And for a few bucks, they can give you a night that will stay in your memories for a long, long time.
She's not a prostitute. Susan Weber, white, medium frame, blonde hair, 20 years, and pretty enough to cause her some troubles. Have you seen her?
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not used to giving out information about my guests to the first person who happens by. People come here to have a place where no one can find them, and not just for a place where to sleep. And I try to help them with that as much as I can.
You must have a good imagination to call this hotel Last Heaven.
No fantasies or sentimentalities. They're not for me. At least not anymore. This hotel belonged to my brother, Louis Fitzgerald Heaven. There were 9 of us, and he was the youngest. And that's why people called him the Last Heaven. When he bought the hotel, he didn't have any doubts about what to call it. At that time, this place was falling apart, but Louis was sure he could turn it into a good hotel, and he made it.
How come it's you running it now?
My brother can't take care of it anymore. In October 1926, some redneck who missed the good old days of slavery refused to pay his 3-day rent for the room. He said that he would have never given money to a Negro. When my brother threatened to call the police, the guy pulled out a gun and pulled the trigger. Shot him in the guts. My brother died almost immediately. Even though he was small, he never let anyone to push him around. And what we all thought of as a quality eventually turned out to be what killed him. Well, the hotel stayed closed for years, and it was I who reopened it 5 years later, but without my brother, it wasn't the same hotel anymore.
Did the police get the killer?
Now, you already know the answer. One day, great men will be able to change how things are, and there won't be any more hatred between blacks and whites.
Nowadays, they name streets in New York after these great men. And when that happens, it means they didn't meet with a happy ending. Forget about it.
Whatever you want.
This job probably doesn't pay too much. I'm sure that with a little encouragement, he would tell me more.
Hey, you. Where do you think you're going? That's the way to the rooms, but I don't think you're one of my guests.
I'm looking for a woman.
Well, who isn't nowadays? Hey, you. Where do you think you... That's the way...
I'm looking for...
Well, who isn't?
Sitting down and reading the newspaper. I should have been...
Son, what else can I do for you?
Come on, don't make a fuss. Tell me where I can find Ms. Weber.
Sorry, but you won't get anywhere by being pushy.
Tell me where I can find the girl.
I've already told you that you won't get anywhere in this way.
Она не скажет ничего.
Forget about it.
Whatever you want.
This job probably doesn't pay too much. I'm sure that with a little encouragement, he would tell me more.
Ладно, что, пойдемте дальше, посмотрим, что есть.
One of the many walk-up doors that characterize Harlem. I don't have a reason to get in. One of the many walk-up doors that characterize Harlem.
Идем тогда в проулок сходим.
That ladder could be useful. I can't go there. The gate is locked. A gate, the cheapest way to keep away the bums from the dumpsters at the end of the alley. It's closed.
Закрытый, блин.
There's a dumpster there. I can't go there. The gate is locked.
Ворота заперты.
There's a dumpster there. That... The door must lead into the theater. I definitely can't get there from here. Second Life of Miss Gray. Vivian Late. That's the same name that Harvey Weber gave me. From what he told me, his daughter greatly admires that actress. I think I can do without it. The Second Life of Miss Gray, a film by Howard Paul, starring Vivian Late. Vivian Late. That's the same name that Harvey Weber gave me. From what he told me, his daughter greatly admires that actress. It looks like not even the shiny world of show business has managed to escape the grasp of the Great Depression. It's closed, and surely not for a holiday. The Athena Theater. I've heard about it. I believe it's considered to be like a temple for black music. A temple that only whites can go to, of course. I'd say it's undoable. I have better things to do than rummage through dumpsters. The subway, at this hour of night, because of the subway, at this hour of night, because of the faces that you see in it, it looks more like a state prison. I'd rather walk than get in that jalopy.
Так, что делать? Я не знаю, что делать. Идти обратно к этому.
It's better to stay on the sidewalk. Getting run over by a car is an experience that I'd rather avoid at the moment. I think I can do without it. There are photographs of black musicians hanging everywhere, probably jazz players.
I'm here. No need to knock.
There are some candies in this bowl.
You shouldn't take those candies. They've been there for years.
I'll take my chances. I've put worse in my stomach. I'll keep it with me. There's no way I'm eating it, since I'd like to avoid getting dysentery. There are some candies in this bowl.
Он все это взял.
Son, what else can I do for you?
You must have a good imagination to call this
No fantasies or sentiment. This hotel belonged. There were not. When he bought the hotel, he didn't have that.
How come it's you running it now?
My brother, in October, he said that he would. When my brother threatened, shot him, even though he was at the hotel stayed.
Did the police?
Oh, you all. One day.
Nowadays, they name streets in New York. Forget about it.
Whatever you want.
This job probably doesn't pay too much. I'm sure that with a little encouragement, he would tell me more.
И чё? Тим, надо деньги дать. А как?
Hey, you. Where do you think you're going? That's the way to the rooms, but I don't think you're one of my guests.
I'm looking for a woman.
Well, who isn't nowadays?
Джек, Марина.
My investigator's license. $20. A damn questionnaire, and anyone who wants to can stick their nose in your business. About $25. $10 should be more than enough for some information. These might make you change your mind.
Money to buy information? That must be one important girl you're looking for.
Enough for someone to hire me.
You know, lately, a lot of people like you have come by. They ask questions, look for people. Once, this hotel was considered one of the best in Harlem. Now it's become a shelter for criminals, easy women, and people who are running away from something. All it took was a couple of years of recession to turn New York into a cesspool. I wonder where this city's going to end up.
Where it always has. Nowhere.
You're always headed somewhere. Good or bad, you always have a direction. The day that New York will be rotten through and through, that will be the day that the good God himself will come down to crush it.
Don't count on that. I know people in this city who would manage to bribe your good God with a couple of well-aimed compliments.
Son, I guess you're not a believer.
I believe in whiskey and in all those things that I can explain in a day.
Well, without faith, it's impossible to survive in this city. Everyone needs something to believe in.
Probably I just don't have anything worth believing in yet. Anyway, let's end this catechism lesson and tell me where I can find the girl.
You said her name is Susan Weber?
Susan Weber, with 2 B's.
Susan Weber. Oh, you gave me money in exchange for information, but who says that I have any?
Dannazione, you must have a list with the names of your guests.
As I told you earlier, this hotel is a place where half the tenants are poor devils trying to get away from something. They usually don't give their real names. 100 John Smiths, a dozen George Washingtons, even a couple of Charlie Chaplins pass through this hotel.
So there is no room under the name Susan Weber?
That's right, son. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. If you want, you can take your money back.
Keep it. I'm sure it'll come in handy. About 15 bucks. About 15 bucks. About 15 bucks. These are my lockpicking tools. These trinkets have come in handy more than once. Valuable information is often the best hidden one.
Son, what else can I do for you?
I have a question for you.
Tell me.
It doesn't make any sense. Is there a woman called Late among your guests?
Late. Yes, she matches your description. White, young, and blonde. Is she the woman you're looking for?
Yes. What room is she in?
Room 313, third floor, end of the hallway.
Thanks. I don't have anything else to ask you.
Well, if you need me, I'm here.
Загадки, загадки. Вот она, комната 13. 313.
Room 312. There are photographs of black musicians hanging everywhere, probably jazz players. No, I don't see what I should do with it.
Что это?
A wastebasket full of every kind of junk that can be produced in a hotel. I'd rather not. There's a little panel here. There's a little panel here.
Ешьте.
I can't break open everything. I can't break open everything. I would need to have a good reason to do it. Room 311. I don't hear anything.
Ничего не слышно.
Boxes without anything interesting. No, I don't see what I should do with it. It overlooks 125th Street. It overlooks 125th Street. Closed is just fine. It's today's newspaper. The usual news that comes out before the New York mayoral elections. Each candidate smears the others, trying to steal as many votes as possible. At the end, it will be the least immoral one who will win, or the one who'll do the best job in hiding his skeletons in the closet. It looks like the rain from these last few days knocked out the telephone lines. In some areas of the city, the service will be cut off to avoid a short circuit. Room 313. It's Susan Weber's room.
I've finally gotten away from my clod of a stepfather. I couldn't take it anymore. He thought I should spend my entire life behind the counter of a butcher shop. I'm an actress. I was born to act in movies. Big productions. Isn't that right, Teddy Bear?
Of course, baby. I'll make you the biggest star in Hollywood.
Yes, Howard. With you, I'll be the next Vivian Lake. Actually, you'll make me even more famous than her. You'll give me her parts and I'll exceed her. I'll be the #1. Right, Teddy Bear? Right?
And here's our Susan. I'll take a few pictures of her with her teddy bear, and tomorrow morning I'll give them to Harvey Weber. This way I'll get the rest of my money. It's the camera Greta loaned me. Mine broke months ago. No, it doesn't make any sense. I've heard enough. Harvey Weber paid me to get him some proof of his stepdaughter's love affair. All I have to do now is to get a picture of Susan while she's in the arms of her teddy bear, Howard. The apartment should have a window. Room 313. It's Susan Weber's room. I've heard enough. Harvey Weber paid me to get him some proof of his stepdaughter's love affair. All I have to do now is to get a picture of Susan while she's in the arms of her teddy bear, Howard. The apartment should have a window. Room 312. I don't hear anything. I can't break open everything.
Термостат. Это что, уровень температуры, что ли? Хм. Она говорила, то есть он говорил про окно. Там должно быть окно. Это надо, наверное, на лестницу подняться. Она что-то сделать с забором. У вас есть отмечки. Точно, у нас есть отмычки. Мы сможем открыть замок на заборе.
It's hot as hell in this room. One day it's cold, the next one it's hot. Tomorrow, I'm gonna give an earful to the owner of this crappy room. You don't treat a future movie star this way.
Good. That must be our Susan's room. Now I have to find a way to open that gate.
Понятно. Ой. Отмычка.
I knew that it was a good idea to bring them with me.
Так, плак. Плак. Так. И да, мы открыли замок отмычками. Вот это да.
A dumpster, the kind that has wheels on the bottom so that you can move it. That ladder could be useful. It's too high for me to use it. A dumpster, the kind that has wheels on the bottom so that you can move it.
Ну, на колесах.
Break here. The street is probably downhill a little, so if I unlocked it, the dumpster would roll all the way down to the road. Unlocking the brake now won't help me. I have to find a way to place it where I want. A manhole.
То есть так.
It doesn't make any sense. Unlocking the brake now won't help me. I have to find a way to place it where I want. There are some metal bars on the ground. Yes, I'll take one. This bar could be helpful.
Пригодится стержень.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Let's try. Unlocking the brake now won't help me. I have to find a way to place it where I want. A dumpster, the kind that has wheels on the bottom so that you can move it. There's a break here. The street is probably downhill a little, so if I unlocked it, the dumpster would roll all the way down to the road. The theater's service entrance. This is probably where they load and unload the materials for the performances. Right. Too bad I left my lucky crowbar at home.
Давай,
A dumpster,
давай.
the kind that has wheels on the bottom so that you can move it. There's a break here. The street is probably... Unlocking the brake now won't help me. I have to find a way to place it where I want. A manhole. I'll take the bar. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let's try. That thing must be 10 times my weight. I'll never make it move by myself. Yes, it could work. Okay.
Я уже здесь.
The door must lead into the theater. Closed.
Закрыто.
I can see both Susan and Howard from here. Looks like they're pretty busy.
Достаем фотоаппарат.
Now's the time to earn my $30.
Давайте. О,
Good. This shot will work just fine.
то, что нужно.
A photo of the stepdaughter necking with the first guy that promises to make her a star. This should be enough for Harvey Weber to get his lawyers involved, and it's definitely enough for me to get out of here.
И что теперь? Ехать на машине? Домой? Давай поехали домой.
I open the door and jump into the car, ignoring how the seats are getting soaked with my wet clothes. It's water. It'll dry sooner or later. I put the key in the ignition and start the engine. But something isn't working. The gas gauge is on E. The tank must be empty. Following a lead on a case and forgetting to fill up the tank. It's a rookie's mistake. Or maybe the mistake of someone who's simply starting to get sick of this life.
Кажется, мы не смогли уехать.
I'll have to find another way to get out of here.
Ой-ё. Уехать не смогли. Нету бензина. Че, на метро что ли?
The subway. At this hour of night, because of the I'd rather walk than get in that jalopy. Just a pile of junk.
Пойдем спросим у портье нашего, что делать.
Son, what else can I do for you?
Do you have a telephone?
Yeah, we had one.
You mean you don't have one anymore?
We do have the telephone, but it's just not working. I've been waiting for someone to come and fix it for weeks, but nothing so far. Yeah, the technicians come every 3 months to make sure that the control panel is working, but after a few weeks, there's no more dial tone.
So it's not the first time that it's broken?
In the last few years, I've called the technician at least 10 times, and every time he asks for more money. If this weren't a hotel, I'd get rid of it tomorrow.
Where is the control panel?
Oh, I don't have a clue. Must be somewhere outside the building, near the alley entrance.
I don't have anything else to ask you.
Well, if you need me, I'm here.
Конца переулка. Забыл. Так. Заказ. Тут что ли?
This must be the telephone control panel.
Да, это он.
Let's have a look.
Провод сломался.
This is no breakdown. The cable was cut, and by the look of it, it definitely wasn't an accident. The only way to make the telephone work again is to reattach the wire. It doesn't make any sense.
Конфетка.
The candy that's better left in its aluminum wrapper. The guy at the hotel says it's really old. Yes, the candy wrapper should hold it together. Let's hope it works.
Молодец.
son. What else can I do for you?
Your telephone should be working now.
Do they also teach you how to repair telephones in your private detective training?
No, just to find out when someone's trying to rip you off. I suggest you call another technician next time. And if you could call me a cab now, I'd be very grateful.
Of course, son.
A night spent under the rain makes even this grubby old cab seem welcoming. The driver is a quiet guy, unlike most drivers who, on a dollar trip, are happy to tell you the story of their life. The only thing he asked was where to. Essex Street was my only answer. Before going home, I have to return Greta's camera. I disappeared saying I'd get it back to her in a few days. It's been more than a week. The cab turns down Essex Street. Here we are. The trip costs me $2. $1.50 fare plus a 50-cent surcharge for the night rate. Night rate. I hate cab drivers. Good. Greta's place is still open. A sip of whiskey is just what I need to cap off today.
Ну что ж, ребятки, давайте на этом пока остановимся. Игрушка была очень замечательная. Мне она очень нравится, и я буду ее дальше проходить. Спасибо вам, что вы были со мной, смотрели это видео. Не забываем ставить лайки, комментарии пишите обязательно. До скорых встреч. Давай, пока-пока.